Before, my family can go 1 week without drama. 1 week, one wahala. Mama, brother, papa, since not before. Any beef supposed to stay inside bottle.
Maggi Star is crafted from fermented soybeans, onions, chili flavor, and cloves in a way only Maggi knows.
Walking on my Maggi make it right. Come with piece of peace. Oh no, come at all, oh beef, Maggi, oh Maggi.
Maggi Star, making every meal special and special moments unforgettable.
Maggi, love, me and Maggi so good together. Me and Maggi so good together.
The prestigious NTA Television College, widely recognized for its professionalism and excellence in media training, has achieved another significant milestone. In addition to its existing affiliation with Ahmadu Bello University Zaria for the award of a degree in mass communication, the college has now received official approval from the National Board for Technical Education, NBTE, to commence National Diploma, ND programs in mass communication and multimedia. Additional programs are also in progress. Admission requirements: a minimum of 5 O-level credit passes in relevant subjects. For National Diploma ND programs, minimum JAMB admissible score of 100. For degree programs, recommended JAMB score of 180 and above. This is a great opportunity to become part of the college's growing legacy in media and broadcast education. For more information,
visit our website at www.ntatvc.edu.ng or call these following numbers: 0803-838-4343, 0806-980-9897. Announcer Management.
My name is Mr. Tony Akure. I'm here to talk about the StarTime Solar Experience that was recently installed to the present facility I manage. We've had some issues when it comes to powering the facility. We made a contact with the StarTimes company, and on the long run, we're able to get into partnership with them, where they formally installed the current inverter machine. The installation of this very inverter gave us a cut in our cost implications when it comes to the usage in power, both in PCN and also the diesel purchase to our generator.
Hotels abound everywhere, but when you're looking for a cozy, comfortable, luxury, and environment that will take you to the zenith of your expectations, ANT Residential Hotels is the place. The rooms are designed to be your home away from home. We have services, both bar, room, and kitchen are all 24 hours. We have an Olympic-sized swimming pool and our gym to keep your body fit. Our staff are excellent as they welcome you with royalty. Come shake your body as our nightclub opens every Friday with Asu Barbecue. Asuya joints available all day. We have a whole capacity of about 1,500 for your occasions. Welcome to ANT Presidential Hotels, Kilometer 5, Ilesha, Owo Expressway, Akure, Ondo State. Telephone 081-4633-5949 and 070-1222-6282. ANT Presidential Hotels, comfort and class redefined.
Before, my family can go 1 week without drama. 1 week, one wahala. Mama, brother, papa, since not before. Any beef supposed to stay inside bottle.
Maggi Star is crafted from fermented soybeans, onions, chili flavor, and cloves in a way only Maggi knows.
Walking on my Maggi make it right. Come with piece of beef. Oh no, come at all, oh beef, Maggi, oh
Maggi Star, making every meal special and special moments unforgettable.
Maggi, oh love, me and Maggi so good together. Me and
evening, and it's nice to have you join us on another edition of News Diary. News Diary is a compilation of fresh reports and some of the ones that came your way in the course of the week. We will go on a break. News Diary returns with the news of the day. Please stay with us. As the world marks the International Day of Living Together in Peace, global attention is focused on the urgent need to promote peace, tolerance, unity, forgiveness, and peaceful coexistence among people of different cultures, religions, races, and backgrounds. The day set aside by the United Nations every May 16 annually serves as a reminder that peace is not merely the absence of conflicts, but the presence of mutual respect, dialogue, inclusion, and understanding among individuals and communities. Olajumoke Oladimeji has details.
Investigation shows that across many parts of the world, growing tensions, discrimination, violence, and social divisions continue to threaten harmony and development, necessitating the call for peaceful living than ever. With this year's theme, Building Trust Through Dialogue, Inclusion and Reconciliation, stakeholders call on governments, community leaders, religious organizations, schools, and civil society groups to strengthen efforts aimed at fostering unity and reconciliation.
If we see things from the other person's perspective and learn to tolerate one another and not go in the way of violence. Violence has never been a solution to the problem of the world. It only adds to more problems and more deaths and more issues and more separation between nations and people. But peace brings people together and makes sure that the world is a better place.
We need to create shared activities like cleanups, sports, or events so people work towards common goal.
It promotes wellness in the community, it increases our emotional and mental well-being, and it also promotes godly character.
Experts say the day serves as a reminder that peaceful coexistence is the responsibility of everyone, stressing that unity remains the foundation of a prosperous society.
Funds across personal, social, and economic development, attracting businesses, investors, and creating job opportunities for people within the community, and also ensuring a secure environment for everyone. It means choosing love over conflict, choosing communication over bitterness, and choosing peace.
Less conflict, more development, better cooperation, and happier society.
Experts further emphasized that the International Day of Living Together in Peace brings to mind that peace, unity, and understanding are key to a better world. In Akure, Olajumoke Oladimeji, Nta News.
Also, as the world marks the International Day of the Boy Child, stakeholders have emphasized the need for proper guidance and mentorship for the boy child. Ellen Ndubusi reports that the stakeholders in Akure say supporting a boy child is vital to building stronger families and communities.
The International Day of the Boy Child, celebrated every May 16 annually, highlights the importance of raising a responsible and disciplined boy child, rather than focusing mainly on the training of the girl child. Experts say parents and society must pay closer attention to the emotional and moral developments of the boy child.
The boy child is faced with a lot of prayer. The prayer from their peers, the prayer from the fact that they cannot express their real emotion, engaging in a lot of screen time, and also the fact that they lack role model.
Some parents also called for more mentorship and support programs for young boys.
What parents and schools should do is that whenever they see the male child maybe sitting idle or being moody, they should be able to call the child and say, "My boy, what is wrong with you? What happened?" They should be able to show care, show love, so that the boy will be able to open up, because if they did not open up, the thing is going to be affecting our society.
Any boy child that have a particular job at hand, which he is actually doing, will not have time to go and see, neither will he have time to fight and create some problems.
Let's place the boy child among men that live what they preach. Let's give the boy child real responsibility. And to every boy child, always own up to your mistakes, learn from it, and remember that respect is earned when you are being useful and when it is not forced.
This year's theme, Flourish and Thrive, investing in boys for stronger families and communities, highlights the need to intentionally nurture the boy children to become responsible and productive members of the society. In Akure, Helen Ndoboise, NTA News.
This is News Diary. You go on another break. It returns shortly.
Nta Television College, widely recognized for its professionalism and excellence in media training, has achieved another significant milestone. In addition to its existing affiliation with Ahmadu Bello University Zaria for the award of a degree in mass communication, the college has now received official approval from the National Board for Technical Education, NBTE, to commence National Diploma, ND programs in mass communication and multimedia. Additional programs are also in progress. Admission requirements: a minimum of 5 O-level credit passes in relevant subjects. For National Diploma ND programs, minimum JAMB admissible score of 100. For degree programs, recommended JAMB score of 180 and above. This is a great opportunity to become part of the college's growing legacy in media and broadcast education. For more information,
visit our website at www.ntatvc.edu.ng or call these following numbers: 0803-838-4343, 0806-980-9897. Announcer Management.
Many thanks for rejoining us. Now to some of the reports that made headlines in the course of the week. Vice President Kashim Shettima during the week commissioned the Oyarigulem Shagari flyover in Akure, describing the project as a major infrastructure boost expected to improve traffic flow, enhance safety, and stimulate industrial and commercial activities in the state. Adebayo Jegede reports that the flyover was named after the leader of the Pan-Yoruba socio-cultural political group, Afenifere, Pan Reuben Fashoranti.
Speaking at the commissioning ceremony, Vice President Kashim Shettima said the project will ease long-standing traffic congestion and support economic growth within the corridor. He commended the Ondo State government for embarking on what he described as a strategic and timely intervention at a critical transport junction.
On behalf of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, ECFR, I'm privileged to commission for the good people of Akure is beautiful infrastructural addition.
Ondo State Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa described the project as a historic achievement, noting that Irese Junction had for years remained a major point of traffic bottlenecks and recurring accidents. The governor explained that the flyover was initiated during the administration of late former Governor Rotimi Akeredolu and completed under his administration as part of efforts to ensure continuity in governance.
Akure is fast growing and a lot of traffic building up, so this project is very, very important.
The newly completed flyover located along the busy Ilesha-Akure Expressway is the first of its kind in Akure, the Ondo State capital. In Akure, Adebayo Jegede, NTA News.
Akure during the week stood still to honor the leader of the Pan-Yoruba socio-cultural political group, Afenifere, Pan Reuben Fashoranti, as he marked his 100th birthday. Vice President Kashim Shettima, alongside other dignitaries, celebrated the 100 years of the existence of the centenarian as impactful and indelible. The report. Dignitaries within and outside the country, relatives as well as well-wishers converged on the residence of Pan Reuben Fashoranti in Akure to celebrate a man whose existence, according to them, carry uncommon grace and aura. Vice President Kashim Shettima, who spoke on behalf of the federal government, paid tributes to Pa Fashoranti, noting that the nation has benefited in no small measure from his wealth of experience.
Chief Dr. Reuben Fashoranti
stands out because he had been a long-standing witness to history and because he never watched history from the safety of the pavilion.
Ondo State Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa, alongside other dignitaries, said the values and potentials of Pa Fashoranti from his active days till date portray him as a passionate Yoruba leader and a rare gem in the nation.
We are celebrating the iconic foremost leader of our very Yoruba sociocultural group, a teacher, a mentor, father, and a patron, whose humility, quiet influence, kindness, dignity, civility, and simplicity continue to inspire admiration.
We are celebrating dignity, we are celebrating honor, we are celebrating integrity, we are celebrating resilience in adversity.
We are proud that our leader embodies the totality of our values and has projected these values to the larger world.
The celebrant, Pa Reuben Fashoranti, whose speech was read by the wife of the Oluwabo of Iluabo, Tubosun Falaye, appreciated God for attaining the milestone on earth, noting that the journey has been characterized with life's ups and downs.
In politics, I chose to serve, not to take. Afenifere taught me that leadership is sacrifice.
The event was wrapped up with the cutting of the birthday cake.
Hip, hip, hip! Hooray!
Pa Reuben Fashoranti was born on May 11, 1926. He's a renowned Afenifere leader and former commissioner for finance in Ondo State. Now, former governor of Ondo State, Dr. Olusegun Mimiko, during the week joined the All Progressives Congress (APC), declaring support for the re-election of President Bola Tinubu in 2027. Dr. Mimiko, who recently resigned from the People's Democratic Party (PDP), formally joined the APC at Ward 7 in Ondo West local government area of the state. Abiola Ariyo reports.
The former governor said his decision to join the ruling APC was informed by what he described as the positive impact of President Bola Tinubu's administration in the last 3 years. Dr. Mimiko commended some of the federal government's policies, including the Nigerian Education Loan Fund, NEL Fund, which it said has helped to improve access to education for Nigerian students.
I pledge my support for the progress of Ondo State and progress of Ondo West and East local government. I also believe in the inherent progressive elements of this foundation. I believe passionately in access to democratized access to quality education at all levels.
He also expressed support for the ongoing efforts to decentralize policing through the proposed state police structure, describing it as a step in the right direction towards improving security across the country. Receiving him into the party, the chairman of APC in the state, Kolawole Babatunde, described Mimiko as a true progressive, saying his entry into the party represents a homecoming and a boost to the APC in the state.
Our former governor, His Excellency, is a man that has contributed a lot to the development of our dear state. He has laid foundations that has stood the test of time. He has laid foundation that has touched on the lives of both the young and the old, both our women, the youths, and other stratas of our dear state. So we are not just welcoming him to the party today, but we are celebrating an Iroko that has touched the lives of our people in our dear state. So for me, it's a celebration. We are indeed happy. We are indeed lucky.
To our new members, you are not joining for the outside. From today, this is your party. Your voice matter, your words matter, and your contribution will shape where we go next.
The defection of the former governor, stakeholders say, is expected to further alter the political landscape in Ondo State ahead of future elections. In Akure, Abiola Ario, NTA News.
Concern over rising deforestation and land degradation in Ondo State took center stage during the week as stakeholders gathered in Akure for the second edition of a multi-stakeholder workshop on integrated landscape management. The workshop, organized under the Food Systems Land Use and Restoration Program of the Global Environment Facility in collaboration with the Food and Agriculture Organization, focused on sustainable cocoa and oil palm production, forest conservation, and ecosystem restoration. Oluwakemi Ademola has details.
Ondo State covers approximately 1.5 million hectares of land, with about 726,000 hectares of forest reserves. The state is also regarded as the largest producer of cocoa in Nigeria and ranks third in oil palm production.
Moving on now, formalization of customary land rights through local government titling and registration, as well as making land administration more accessible, transparent, and efficient in Ondo State, were during the week recommended at the end of the 4-day Parliamentary Stakeholders Workshop in Akure. The recommendation formed part of deliberations at the closing session of the workshop aimed at promoting sustainable land use and environmental management in the state. Olajumoke Oladimeji reports.
Stakeholders at the workshop brainstormed on strategies to further strengthen sustainable land use and environmental management in Ondo State.
The project highlights regional priorities such as sustainable cocoa and palm oil production, EU deforestation-free regulation compliance, and forest restoration.
The workshop focused on integrated landscape management, sustainable cocoa and oil palm production, forest conservation, and ecosystem restoration as part of efforts aimed at promoting responsible land use and environmental sustainability.
We don't need to degrade our land. We don't need to deforest our forest, especially the protected areas. There are better ways of doing this. When you cultivate your cocoa, your oil palm, bring in some other forms, some other like your agroforestry, then agroecological plants and what have you, so that as those ones are harvesting all of that, the land will not be depleted.
Stakeholders advocated stronger collaboration between governments and the local communities, especially on issues related to customary rights of occupancy in Ondo State.
In Ondo State, our focus is on rural areas, on farmers, and our target is to issue customary rights of occupancy to 5,000 farmers and 2,005 for men and 2,500 for women over a space of 2.5 years.
Participants expressed optimism that the implementation of the policy recommendations would help address environmental challenges facing the state.
The food organization is very, as we are here now, without food you can't be alive. The purpose is that how are we going to sustain that operation so that at every point in time we're able to have good food,
to make sure that there is a sustainable cocoa and oil palm productions, which will invariably contribute more to carbon sequestrations through agroforestry, through tree planting, cultivations, and through good management of our soil.
The program is an initiative of the Global Environment Facility implemented by Food and Agriculture Organization, while the recommendations from the workshop are expected to be presented to Ondo State government. In Akure, Olajumoke Oladimeji, NTA News.
This is still News Diary, and we are still on some of the reports that made headlines in the course of the week. The National Human Rights Commission in Akure during the week emphasized the need for every citizen to understand and defend their rights, just as it reaffirmed that human rights remain fundamental to human dignity. The event, organized in collaboration with CUM North International Limited, focused on boosting awareness, promoting justice, equality, and the protection of citizens' rights. Olajumoke Oladimeji again reports.
The forum provided an opportunity for agencies, ministries, departments, and and non-governmental organizations across the state to deliberate on the 2026 implementation of the National Action Plan aimed at promoting and protecting the human rights of all Nigerians. The meeting also highlighted renewed efforts by the federal government to protect, promote, and enforce the rights of citizens irrespective of race, religion, gender, or social status.
Because a lot of people are not really aware, and some organizations are not doing what they're expected to do. So we want to actually bring this thing up to jihad, those institutions that are actually sleeping, to wake them up from their slumber, to do that which is right, to move with a view of moving the nation forward.
Stakeholders agreed that with collective responsibility, the rights and dignity of every Nigerian would be respected and protected.
The operation of the Nigerian Security and Safety Corps is purely guided by the law. We work within the ambit of the law to ensure that the dignity of persons, the rights of the citizens, they are not violated in any form. From the process of arrest to the process of investigation, if need be for anybody to be detained, we have a court order to have the person detained within the stipulated period for us to complete our investigation.
Participants noted that the National Action Plan would help bring together relevant stakeholders, including grassroots organizations, government institutions, civil society groups, and development partners to collaboratively achieve sustainable human rights objectives across the country.
People in the urban centers, they know what they are doing, they know they are right, and they can approach court, but the people in the rural community doesn't have that luxury of understanding and knowledge. So we need to break it down, and then we need also to break that policy into a systematic way, step by step, for people to actually understand.
Fundamental rights is just a species of human rights, but that is higher than even the law itself, because it's the rights that cannot be taken away from a person, except a person that is acting in an uncultured and uncivilized way. So everybody that fails to respect the right of any other person, fundamental or otherwise, is a person that is uncivilized, uncultured, and that is inhuman.
They called on the government to provide more opportunities to identify challenges affecting human rights implementation and recommend practical solutions that would enhance justice, equality, accountability, and good governance. In Akure, Olajumoke Oladimeji, NTA News.
And lastly, tonight, the recent decision by the federal government to ban honorary degree holders from using the title doctor professionally during the week generated reactions across the country. Speaking in Akure, stakeholders applauded the directive, noting that it would help protect the credibility of genuine academic achievements and discourage misrepresentation. Ayomide Olowoyo report.
Following the federal government directive banning honorary degree holders from using the title doctor in official and professional settings, the policy has continued to generate reactions across the country. The federal government stated that the directive is aimed at curbing academic fraud and restoring the integrity of Nigerian university qualifications. Academics at the Federal College of Agriculture, Akure, described the move as timely and commendable, noting that it will preserve the dignity of earned academic qualification and strengthening the nation's educational system.
To be called a doctor, there are two things that are involved. It's either you are a medical doctor or you are a doctor of philosophy or doctor of letters or doctor of science. All right, those are the category of people that are legally allowed to use the title doctor.
I think awarding it to people is not the problem, but I want to believe policy should be put in place to checkmate institutions.
Students also described the directive as an impressive step towards boosting academic credibility and improving educational standards in the country.
There's something that people don't really know about behind this doctorate, you understand? That's the thing people need to know. You can't just say you are giving the honor of doctorate and you don't know what doctorate mean.
Honorary doctorates should not be on the same pedestal with people that earn it from their medical degrees and people that like did as degrees.
Residents in Akure commended the new policy introduced by the federal government, saying it is a positive measure towards restoring confidence in the nation's education system.
I feel like what they've done is actually good because some people are actually using money to get this thing. Why people are studying for like how many years to get this doctorate degree?
It makes everything like everybody shout doctor, clinical doctor, lagwajado. So like it's actually mixing things up.
The directive further states that the unauthorized use of the title doctor amount to academic fraud and misrepresentation of credentials, warning that violators may face legal and reputational consequences. In Akure, Ayomide Olowoyo, NTA News.
And that's News Diary tonight. We thank you for watching. Good evening.
Before, my family can go 1 week without drama. 1 week, one wahala. Mama, brother, papa.